Hi guys, today I wanted to play around with the LA Girl Get Feverish palette. So the first thing I did was I already primed my eye with the NYX eyeshadow primer, and then this is the palette. I'm going to take the lightest shade, a champagne color, and I'm going to pop that under my brow bone. You can get this palette at CVS, that's where I got mine. I believe it was like $10. And they have all different kinds of palettes. I just love the warm colors of this one. Next, I'm going to take the NYX pencil. This is in Yogurt, just the white one. And I'm going to put that all over my lid just to make the colors pop. And I was kind of going for like a sunset-y kind of look, and I like the way that it turned out. So I'm going to take this very neutral shade as my transition, and I'm going to take a fluffy crease brush and then just go back and forth like windshield wiper motions and blend that in really well. And I'm kind of taking it towards the inner part of my eye as well. Next to that transition shade that I used is this really rich warm brown. Kind of has like a red hint to it, like a red brown. It is absolutely beautiful, super pigmented. And I'm going to put that on a very dense crease brush and then just go over that transition shade, really build up the color and go back and forth. And I'm taking it just very slightly down the inner part of my eye as well, as you can see, and then kind of taking it down on the outer part of my lid, but leaving the middle part of my eye with no shadow, because I'm going to go over with one of those shimmery colors. And then I'm going back with my fluffy brush that had the transition shade on it and just blending that out really well, making sure there's no harsh line there. So next to that rich brown color, there's these two shimmery shades, more of like a red toned one and then like a gold toned. And so I'm actually just gonna mix them together so that it kind of blends into that red brown that I laid down. I didn't want like a very stark gold. I just kind of wanted it to transition better, and so I mixed the two together. And then I'm gonna go over with that fluffy brush, make sure everything's blended, and go into my Nubian palette and take the two darkest brown colors, and I'm going to pop that on my outer V. And I'm taking this angled brush. I think it's like a BH Cosmetics brush, but it'll be easier for you to use an angled brush because I'm only going to focus it on the very outer V of my eye, because I'm going to end up doing a winged liner, and so this will kind of help deepen the look and emphasize the liner at the same time. Okay, next I'm going in with this Clinique felt tip liquid pen to do my eyeliner. It is so hard to do eyeliner on camera. So as you can see, I start on like the inner part of my eye, go out, then I kind of slightly fill the line in, and then I will do my wing last. I don't know why I do it this way. So I tried to get as much as I could on camera, but I'm sorry, you can't really see it. I don't have a method to my eyeliner. I'm not very good at it. It takes me a long time, so. After I'm done, I will go in with my eyelashes. So I am curling. I use two curlers, one to curl, one to kind of lift them. And then I always prime my eyelashes with the L'Oreal Voluminous Primer. To apply a coat of that, and then I always let it sit and slightly dry, not dry all the way completely. Do a little dance. That is the primer I forgot to show you. And then, as always, I go in with my L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I do 2 coats of this. Sorry if you can hear my dog barking in the background, but I just gotta get this done. So I actually went in with a coat of the CoverGirl Exhibitionist. I feel like this is very similar to the Lash Paradise. So I've just been using this lately as like a second or a third coat. Next, I'm gonna go in with this Flower Beauty highlighter palette, and I'm going to take the lightest champagne color on the end there, and I'm going to pop this on the inner corner of my eye. Okay, eyes are done, onto the face. I'm going to take my Catrice Prime and Fine Illuminating Primer, and I'm going to dot that all over my face and rub it in. Then I'm going to take this Wonder Beauty lotion. It's like an illuminator lotion, and it's really liquidy and very shimmery, so I'm only popping it on parts of my face where I'm going to put my highlighter. So top of the cheekbones, tip of the nose, a little bit on my forehead. Super glowy. I'm going to take my MAC Fix Plus, this is the lavender scent, and I'm going to spray my foundation brush with just like 2 sprays. And then I'm going to take my Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation, and I dot that all over my face, and then I will just blend that in very well. So just make sure when you are doing your foundation that you are always blending into up to your ears, into your hairline. Take any excess down your neck just to make sure that you are not wearing a mask and that everything just blends beautifully. Next, I'm gonna contour. I take this Maybelline concealer and I do 2 lines on my cheekbones and then do 2 dots on my temple, and then I will take this brush and just dot very lightly to blend it all together. You want to make sure that you're using very light dabbing motions. You don't want to drag the brush, especially depending on the foundation that you have. You know, this one takes a little bit to set, so you just don't want to budge the foundation underneath. So just make sure that you were just dabbing very lightly like I am, just to make sure it blends together, and then as always blend into your hairline and into your ears. Okay, Okay, next I'm going to blur some pores on the side of my nose using my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores loose powder. This is in translucent. Remember, a little bit of this goes a long way, so just be very light-handed with this. Go in with one coat, and then you can always go back and apply more if you do too much at once. You can't take it back. You're gonna look a little cakey, and you just have to deal with that. I like to fill in my smile lines with this foundation, so just puff your face out and put some powder where those lines are, and then I like to blur some pores that are between my eyebrows. I'll go up into my forehead a little bit just to mattify a little bit. Then I set the rest of my face with this Revlon Color Stay powder in translucent. This will give you all day staying power. It will mattify and just make sure that everything stays in place. And then I'm gonna go in with my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Smells amazing. And I go over my contour with this very lightly. Again, give it more staying power just to bronze up my face, give it some more color. Next, I am going to conceal with my Bare Minerals concealer. This is a mineral powder concealer, and I'm going to pop that under my eyes very lightly, and then take it over any other parts of my face where I feel like I need to cover any redness that the foundation didn't get, or places where I'll tend to get red later on in the night. And that's typically like around my nose and around my mouth, and then on like the center of my chin. Okay, bottom lashes, I go in with this Marc Jacobs mascara. This is a little sample size. I'm just trying to use up. I love this mascara because it doesn't flake, and I do love the brush. So I actually love using it to put it on my lower lashes. Then I'm going to fill in my brows. This is an LA Girl eye pencil. It's really, really fine and skinny pencil. And so I'm going to I mainly fill in the outer part of my eyebrow. And then for the inner part of my eyebrow, I usually just go in with a tinted like brow setting gel. And I'm going to end up using the Benefit Gimme Brow. And that fills in the front part of my brow, the inner part of my brow. It's pretty thick there, so I mainly just kind of have to carve out and fill in the outer part of my brow. So using the Benefit Give Me Brow, I believe this is in Blonde, I'm going to fill in the inner part of my brow, and then I will take the excess over the rest of my brow just to set everything. Going in with my blush, this is a Makeup Forever blush. There's no name on it, it just says B302, but it is a beautiful shimmery peachy color, and the shimmer is very, very subtle, but it gives like the perfect flush of color. And I'm just gonna pop that on my cheeks and then take it up into my hairline, and then I'll just take any excess like on my forehead and on my nose. For highlighter, I'm going in with the Smashbox Spotlight palette. I just run my brush through all three of the colors, and I will go crazy with this stuff that I have to stop myself. Next, I'm gonna set everything with my Catrice Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Fixing Spray. Shake it up really good because it is separated when it sits for a while. And I will do several spritz of this. Let it sit for a second. And then I will go in with my Flower Beauty. This is the Seal the Deal Hydrating setting spray. And then I will just do a few spritz of this to set it really good and then just give me extra hydration. Then I'm gonna go in with lips. I always apply chapstick first. This is the Palmer's Cocoa Butter Stick. And then I'm going in with this Smashbox Lip and Cheek crayon. And it's just like a really pretty corally color, really shimmery. It's a very sheer tint. I'm just gonna put that on my lips. And then I'm going to go over it with this Sephora lip gloss. Alright guys, that is it for this look. I absolutely love this palette. The eyeshadows are super pigmented, super pretty, serious summer beachy vibes. You guys totally need to check it out and try it. I'm definitely going to play with it more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!